Hi! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful little flower arrangement in a tea light holder that is perfect for a tablescape. So to start, I stuffed the tea light holder with a little bit of just poly stuffing and some felt scraps. You could use moss too if you wanted. And I'm going to make this little white flower to begin with this yellow fringe. So first cut out your rectangle. I just hold my paper onto my felt and cut around it, but you could also pin it on if you're more comfortable with that. And then snip these tiny little fringe segments into it, just like that. And now you can take your wire that you've cut to about 2.5 inches, add some glue, a line of glue, and then roll your fringe around itself and around the wire at the same time. And just kind of hold it and pinch it until the glue is set. Now you need to cut out 6 of these little petals. The pattern is available for free on the blog, so go find that, download it. And you can cut out these petals, so 6 of these. I just use small embroidery scissors. They're sharp and pointy, and they do the trick. You can also use tape to glue or to stick the paper pattern to your felt if you'd like that. That works well for small little pieces of felt as well. So now we've got our 6 little petals, and I'm just going to put like a little U-shaped amount of glue on the bottom of the petal and glue it to the fringe. So you're just going to space 3 petals evenly around the fringe. Kind of just hold and pinch until the glue is set. Just takes a couple of seconds. And then you're going to repeat with the next 3 petals. You're going to add a little U-shaped amount of glue, and you're going to glue it kind of over the seam that 2 of the petals from the first layer have made, so that your petals are all kind of offset from each other. And this is a 20 gauge wire, floral wire that I'm using here. So once you've got all your little petals on there, you're going to take this tiny little circle of green, fold it in half, and snip a teeny little hole in the middle of it, and feed it over your wire, and then glue it to the bottom of the flower. And that just kind of holds everything in place and then kind of acts as a little bit of greenery on there. Now take 2 green leaves, add some glue, and kind of just stick them on wherever feels right to you. I kind of space them evenly apart, and I kind of angle them a little bit to make them more interesting. I also use 2 different sized leaves. You can use whichever leaves you prefer. So now we're going to make the little berry stem. So you just take your little felt pom-pom and kind of snip a tiny little hole in it using some really sharp scissors. You can fill the hole with glue and then stick your wire in there. Again, the wire is about 2.5 inches long. Take your little X piece of green felt, fold it in half, and snip a little hole in it. Feed it over the wire, and then you're just going to glue those leaves up the side of the berry to kind of make it look like a flower bud. And just hold the leaves in place until the glue sets. You can just put that aside. Now we're going to make the larger rolled flower. So these little petal pieces, you need 8 of each size. So there's 2 sizes of petals. You need 8 petals of each size. And your petals don't have to be perfect. When you're cutting things out by hand, things don't turn out perfectly, and that's kind of fine because that's how flowers are in nature too. They don't all look perfect and perfectly symmetrical, so I don't worry too much about that. So yeah, just cut around each petal. There I had 8 smaller petals, and now I'm just cutting out the last of the larger petals. So now we're going to start with the smaller petals, and you're going to glue them together right there along the kind of bottom left side. You're just going to put a little tiny line of glue, and you're going to overlap that second petal onto it, and you're going to glue them into a curved shape. You don't want the petals to end up being in a straight line. You want them to curve around. So you're just going to keep going, adding glue to that bottom left side and layering another petal on top until basically your petals are going to kind of form like a C, like a letter C shaped. See, it's a C. Now add a generous amount of glue to the very bottom, and then you're going to roll the petals in on themselves. Hold that until the glue sets, and that's a really cute tiny little flower just like that. But we're going to add a second layer to make it a bit more full. So with the 8 larger petals, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Add a little line of glue to the bottom right side. Did I say left before? I meant right. The bottom right side. And just layer your petals one by one on top there to form a letter C. And now again, you're going to add a generous amount of glue to that kind of bottom or inner area. And then you're going to roll that coil of petals right on top of the first layer. And you kind of hold and press till the glue sets. And now you've got this adorable little rolled flower. So now we're going to arrange them into the tea light holder. You can arrange them however you like. I just kind of plop the 2 big ones on top, and then I poke the stems of the other flowers into the stuffing until they're kind of arranged the way that I like. And then I've got 2 extra green leaves that I'm just kind of tucking in under the larger flowers until I kind of like how it looks and it kind of feels a bit symmetrical. So you're going to glue all of these things down along the rim of the tea light holder. So you're kind of gently going to lift up a leaf or a flower or whatever, put a bit of glue right on the glass, and gently press your flowers down into the glass. And here I've just added a bit of glue just to stick the 2 larger flowers together, so you don't kind of see any gaps and you don't see any of that stuffing kind of poking through. So you're just going to go around and make sure that everything is kind of secured and isn't going anywhere. You don't need a ton of glue, but just to make sure it's all kind of where you want it to be. And that's it. And you have an adorable tiny little flower arrangement for your table.